What if you could walk through fire, break a bone, or even undergo surgery, without feeling a single ounce of pain? Meet Jo Cameron. A woman from Scotland, who lived 6 decades, without knowing she was different. She didn't feel physical pain. She didn't get anxious. She healed faster than anyone else around her. And she had no clue, until her 60s, that this wasn't normal. But when doctors finally looked deeper, what they found inside her DNA shocked the world. Her body held the key to something every scientist dreams of, a natural cure for pain. And this isn't fiction, this is real. So buckle in, because Jo Cameron's story is more than just bizarre. It's a medical mystery, with implications that could change humanity forever. Jo Cameron lived a quiet life in the Scottish Highlands. She was a school teacher, a loving wife and a mother, but there was something off. She didn't realize it at first. Not when she broke her arm as a child and barely flinched. Not when she burned herself cooking and only noticed the smell of her own skin burning. But the clues were everywhere. She once got dental work done without anesthesia and described the drilling sensation as the bit tickly. Doctors were baffled. Even after major hip surgery, she showed 0 signs of pain. Jo just thought she had a high pain threshold. But eventually, one doctor couldn't ignore the signs anymore. They referred her for deeper analysis. What followed would unravel a biological mystery unlike any ever recorded. Scientists from University College London and Oxford got involved. They ran blood work, nerve scans, psychological tests, everything. The results? Unbelievable. Jo carried an ultra-rare mutation in a gene called FAAH, an enzyme known for controlling pain, memory, mood, and even sleep. But that wasn't all. She had another genetic anomaly, one never documented before, located near the FAAH gene. It was so unusual, scientists didn't even have a name for it. They called it FAAH out. This newly discovered gene seemed to completely suppress the brain's ability to process pain signals. Even more shockingly, it also suppressed anxiety and fear. Jo wasn't just pain-free. She was anxiety-free, fear-free, and healing faster than any normal human being. Her body was performing like something out of a science fiction novel. But think again. Jo's life was filled with hidden dangers, because she couldn't feel when something was wrong. She once placed her hand on a hot stove and didn't move until she smelled her flesh burning. She broke her wrist and didn't notice for days. Even childbirth, which many describe as the most intense pain imaginable, she said felt a little uncomfortable. She could have died from infections, internal injuries, or chronic illnesses and never known. Her body gave no warnings. Pain, it turns out, is essential to survival. Without it, Jo was constantly at risk. And then there's the psychological side. Jo told researchers that she never experienced fear or panic, not even in life-threatening situations. Once, her car spun out on an icy road and flipped over. While others might scream, she calmly crawled out and laughed. Is that freedom? Or is it biological numbness to the world? Jo's FAAH and FAAH out mutations didn't just stop pain. They affected how her brain released anandamide, a natural bliss molecule linked to happiness and euphoria. Her body was constantly producing calming chemicals. Scientists now believe her mutation may hold the secret to treating chronic pain, PTSD, depression, anxiety, and even memory loss. Pharmaceutical companies are racing to study her genome. Imagine a drug that mimics Jo's mutation, offering pain relief without addiction, mental clarity without side effects, healing without the suffering. She might be the key to curing the opioid crisis. Her very existence challenges what we thought we knew about biology, survival, and consciousness. But here's the kicker. Despite all this, Jo lives an ordinary life, gardening, teaching, laughing, and every time she talks about her condition, she smiles and says, "I just thought I was lucky." With Jo's DNA now public knowledge, a major question hangs in the air. Should we try to engineer this mutation in others? What if we could eliminate pain, but also remove fear? What if we could erase trauma, but also empathy? Some scientists warn that altering genes like FAAH could have unintended consequences. Could we create people who are immune to pain, but also unable to connect emotionally? Could we breed super soldiers, emotionally detached from reality? Jo's case isn't just a medical marvel, it's an ethical time bomb. Because once you remove pain from the human experience, what does it mean to be human anymore? Joe Cameron's story isn't over. Researchers are still uncovering new insights from her DNA every year. She may be one of a kind, or the first of many, but her story reminds us that sometimes, the most extraordinary breakthroughs come from the quietest corners of the world. So next time you feel pain, fear, or anxiety, remember, they exist for a reason, and sometimes, not feeling is the most dangerous thing of all. If you found this story mind-blowing, subscribe to our channel. We're diving deeper into the real-life mysteries that science still can't explain.